Hello, everybody. I'm about to get started in 2 minutes. So go ahead, log in. Let me know if you can hear me. And if you can do a watch party, you should be able to right under my face. You should see something that says start, and that's for a watch party. And then we're going to get started momentarily. I want to make sure I can see everything. Make sure you can hear me. If you can let me know if you can hear me okay and see me okay. Hi, Francis. Hi, Ursula. Hello, hello. Hi, Inel Knight. Good to see you all. Okay, and everybody can hear me. Hi, Rosalind. Hello, go ahead. Let me know you're here. Hi, Minister Elizabeth. Let me know you're here. Let me know you're here. And then we're going to get started. Like I said, you can share this post. You can also start a watch party. I won't be long. Monday motivations are probably about 10-15 minutes. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Renee. Hi, Victoria. Hi, babe. Thank you for the kisses. My braids keep falling in my face. Y'all know how it is when you get your edges freshly redone. Bless him. They just want to show out on me. Okay. Hi, Shanita. How are you? Thank you for chiming in. Who else we have on here? Hi, Simone. I was just in a meeting with you. Oh, no, you couldn't be. You weren't on the meeting. You weren't on the meeting. Hi, Tashana. Hi, cousin. Okay. So you guys can hear me pretty good, which is good. Hi, Anissa. Thank you. You like that peach color? I like wearing like earth tone type colors. I think it complements us as African American. I think it complements our skin really well. Earth tones, kind of browns and oranges. This banner is covering my face a little bit, so I'm going to sit back and zoom out so you guys can see me okay. All right, so let me sit here. I've been trying to sit in different parts of the house to change it up instead of just sitting at the dining room table. And I like this part of the house. I'm on my chase, so I can actually put my feet up and relax when I'm talking to you all. Hi, Mary. Again, go ahead, share this post. Won't be on here long. You can also do a watch party as well. And then we're going to get started here in just a moment. I need to get my cell phone. Bella, can you grab mommy's cell phone? Hi, Mary. All right, if you guys can hear me okay, go ahead and give me a heart. So tonight, I want to talk a little bit about appetite. Your appetite and what that means, being hungry, having a taste for something. So really quick, I just want you to comment below something that you have a taste for, like food. If there's a food right now that you have a taste for, go ahead and type that in. I want to see what you guys put, because tonight's topic is changing your appetite. Bella, get my cell phone out of it should be in the bathroom or my room, please, baby. So type in something that you have a taste for. You may have an appetite for. Go ahead and type that in. Something you have a taste for. And we're talking about food, something you have a taste for from a food capacity. And then tonight I want to talk about appetite, what that means. Say hi, Bella. What that means, and how we can be motivated just from that thought process of kind of having an appetite. I see Charlena says tacos. Okay. Anyone else? Turkey wings. Tashana Marion made some turkey wings. I'm telling on her. You can go by her house and get that fulfilled. Who else? Something chocolate. You have a taste for chocolate. Hi, Bella. Thai. Love Thai food. Anyone else? Something you have a taste for. Okay, so that's food. Now, my question next is ice cream. What do you have a taste for that's not food? It can be something natural, something spiritual that you have a taste for, tenacity, something that you want to experience, something that you want to see. Okay, y'all still talking about food. Nigerian food. Ooh, sweet potato spread. Okay. So tonight I want to talk about appetite and what that means. And so when you talk about appetite, appetite is that thing in you that gives you a craving. It gives you a desire for something. Your appetite determines your capacity for food. Thank you, RJ. She said travel. So we're talking about food and also things that are not food. So your appetite is that thing inside of you that it gives you your capacity. So there may be some people that when they sit, they can eat one plate. There are some people that can eat a plate and a half. There are some people that can eat half a plate. There are some people that can sit down and eat a whole sandwich. Some can eat half a sandwich. There are some people that if they see something, it may look so good to you. Like someone just said, Thai. I love Thai food. So I have an appetite and a palate, a taste where I will eat Thai food. Someone else may look at Thai food and not have an appetite for it. Some of you may go through times in your life where you lose your appetite, where you don't want anything to eat. You could be sick, you could be nauseous, you could be nervous, and you lose your appetite. You could be sad. Some people, when they lose someone or go through a loss, they lose their appetite. A bad breakup, you can lose your appetite. And so I want to talk about just your appetite and really consider for a moment, consider for this week, the rest of this month, your appetite. And what is it that you've been having a taste for consistently? What is it that you've been feeding yourself consistently that now you've created an appetite for it? So let me explain. If we just talk food, believe it or not, you can create an appetite for food based on what you're feeding yourself. Okay, even for parents that have children, you can create an appetite for your kids for vegetables and for healthy food based on what you feed them. If you feed your kids junk food, you don't cook, you just, get frozen pizza, or you just throw chicken nuggets in the oven, but you never feed them vegetables, or you never give them a home cooked meal. They don't drink water. You just give them juice. You're going to create an appetite for them based on what you're feeding them. Same thing for you as adults. If you want to begin to eat healthier, you got to start feeding yourself healthy food consistently so you can create an appetite for it. When I grew up, my mother was a cooker. She loved to cook and she loved soul food. Now, some of the soul food she would cook was not healthy. She would cook some other pork chops, fried pork chops, or chitlins, or collard greens with smoked hog mugs, and a lot of grease, a lot of fat, fried. And I loved it. That's what I ate. I remember I used to go to Burger King and order a double Whopper with extra mayo. Don't give them a Whopper unless it had a lot of mayo on it. Cholesterol, grease. And I would eat it. Now, when I turned 18 years old and I noticed I had family members that were sick with diabetes, high blood pressure, had family members that foot was amputated or they were leaving here too early, I started praying and saying, God, I don't want to die early. I don't want to have diabetes. I don't want to have high blood pressure. And the Holy Spirit spoke to me because sometimes we pray, and we have faith, but we don't do the work. And the Bible says faith without works is dead. And so I prayed about it, and I had faith that God will rescue me from that line of diabetes and high blood pressure, because I did not want to die. I did not want to give myself insulin. I didn't want to lose my leg. So I prayed about it, and God gave me instructions. I believe that I heard the voice of God. I had the faith that if I obeyed him, I would be shielded and protected from this. And I did the work. He told me to clear up my refrigerator. And from that day forward, he said, no longer eat red meat or fried food. From that day forward, I got rid of all the red meat, all the beef. I don't eat beef. I don't eat red meat. I only eat chicken, fish, turkey. I don't do fried food. Every now and then I'll do French fries, something like that. I got rid of soda. I remember at that time the doctor had found a not a lump, but a cyst on my women area. For those that may have children watching. And I stopped drinking soda. As soon as I stopped drinking soda, that cyst left. And so I was afraid when I first took on the challenge of, okay, I'm not going to eat red meat. I'm not going to drink soda, because I was so used to I had to have a Dr. Pepper every day. So I started drinking more water. I started eating more chicken, eating more white meat. And then some people don't even eat meat at all, and that's great. But I started changing my appetite by what I was feeding it. I started eating fruits and vegetables. I started being more healthy about what I put in my palate, and I changed it. Now today, I don't crave juice. I don't crave soda. I'll crave a salad. Like, oh, I want a good salad because I created and changed my appetite. You can do the same thing. If there's something that you want to change, you got to start feeding yourself what is different. And that's not just food, that's also natural. If you want to start reading more, stop watching so much TV. Start picking up a book, making yourself read, making yourself look at things outside of television. Start feeding yourself things that you can create an appetite for. Relationships, another example. You may consistently find yourself in bad relationships or attracting bad people, or you may find yourself, I don't want a nerd. I don't want someone that's boring. Honey, that nerd may become a billionaire. I want somebody that's, I like a bad guy. I like a bad boy. Start changing your appetite and feeding yourself with something different so you can change what you desire and what you thirst for. And so I want to encourage you tonight to begin to look at what is that I take in a lot, from food to relationship to what you do day to day, and start changing your appetite. I remember I started watching TV more than I wanted to. I had a TV in my bedroom, and I would go to sleep late because I was up watching television. And I said, man, this isn't making me grow. I'm not learning anything from this. I got the TV and took it out of my room. I put books in my room. This was like after college. Put books in my room, surrounded myself with books. I became an avid reader. I began to pick up books and read books and digest books. And now that's my taste. I want to read a good book. I just had my husband order me Gutsy Women. If y'all want a book about women that did some great things, it's called Gutsy Women. It's written by Hillary Clinton and her daughter, Chelsea Clinton. And the whole book, the first woman they talk about is Harriet Tubman. And so I was so anxious, like, man, I can't wait to break into this book. Start feeding yourself so your appetite can change, ladies. Let me tell you something. Take on the appetite of a winner. Take on the appetite of someone that's going to do great things. Change what you're feeding yourself so that you can start craving something different. And there's something about having a taste for something. You can be hungry. You can be hungry. Sayo said this one time. You can be hungry. Like, let's say you like, man, I'm so hungry. I need to eat. You'll find yourself going, just grab anything out of the refrigerator and it'll feed your hunger. But when you have a taste for something, I told you how to write some of that stuff down. Somebody put tacos, somebody put seafood, somebody put sushi. If you have a taste for seafood, you're not just hungry, but you have a taste for it. Steak is not going to satisfy. If you all day long, man, I want seafood, I want some crab legs, I want shrimp, I want lobster, I want conch fritters, I want some seafood, and somebody brings you a hamburger, it's not going to quench that appetite because you have a taste for something. If you're just hungry, you'll eat anything. I want to encourage you tonight to change your taste. Start having the taste to win. Start having the taste to do things differently. Start having the taste to increase your appetite and your vocabulary. Start having the taste to put money in the bank. This whole stimulus check, so many people receive the stimulus check. We didn't get one, but so many people receive stimulus checks. And because they had not changed their taste before they received their increase, most of them now no longer have that money. But if you have a taste for prosperity, if you have a taste for stocks and for investments, when that money comes, you'll be looking at what stocks can I finally buy? What can I finally invest in? If you have a taste for entrepreneurship and you receive the stimulus packet or check, that taste that precedes the increase and the money, you would have put your money toward that business you've been wanting to launch. If it's a clothing business, now you got that money, you can go buy some clothes to sell. You can buy some shoes to sell. You can pay for that business card. You can launch that website. You have to change your appetite and change your taste. So when God brings the increase, you will apply it to what you've been yearning for. But if you're just hungry, you're going to get anything. So change your appetite and begin to change your appetite to that of a winner. What is it that I've been consuming that has caused me to be sick? What is it I've been consuming that has caused me to be lazy? See, when you choose different types of food, if we use food as simply an analogy, if you're eating carbs all day, carbs going to make you sick. It's going to make you tired. And the more you eat it, the more you will crave it, the more you'll want it. But if you shift your taste and you shift what you want and say, you know what, I'm going to start eating salad, I'm going to start eating vegetables, I'm not going to eat bread anymore, it makes me tired, and you start changing and feeding yourself those vegetables, you're going to gain energy and you're going to see a difference. That's food. Now let's look at it in the natural. If you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, start changing your taste and say, I desire, I taste to have money in the bank. I have an appetite for prosperity. I have an appetite for wealth. And start feeding yourself financial knowledge. Start making yourself save. So when money comes in your hand, it doesn't just slip away, but you'll begin to stack. Think about relationships. I want someone that can love me for who I am, unconditional, that will be a good husband, a good father. Stop having a taste for bad boys. Stop having a taste for toxic relationships and start looking at things differently. So it is with your job. Don't just desire to be on a job, desire to be a supervisor. Change your taste to want to be a manager. Change your taste to want to be a leader at that job, even spiritually. God, I don't want to just be a churchgoer. I want to have a relationship with you. And so when you begin to change your taste, when the increase comes, you're already in position to do the right thing. I desire to wake up every day and pray. I have a taste for God. I have a taste for worship. I have a taste for the word. Start shifting your taste so that your appetite for that thing can become increased. I told you all before, I've been watching the documentary Last Dance. You guys got to watch it if you haven't already. It's on ESPN. If you have ESPN out there, airs on ESPN. It's going to be on Netflix. And the documentary is about Michael Jordan, one of the best players of the NBA that has ever existed. And I educated you all prophetically to let you know that he was born in the month of February. Pause for a moment to give God the glory for all the February born people on this. And so I've been watching his documentary, and I'm on episode 9 because it's 10 episodes. I'm on episode 9. And in episode 9, it's gonna spoiler alert, but in episode 9, Mike Jordan got severely sick. This is a playoff game, game 5. He could, if he lose the game, they could literally lose the championship. And he got severely sick the night before. A lot of people thought he had the flu. He had food poisoning. And anybody that's had food poisoning, you know, you throw up, it makes you tired. You're not yourself, head is spinning. And so he was severely sick. So the coach said, you got to sit out. His mom said, Michael, you got to sit out. But as you watch the documentary, Michael's taste is for winning. Michael Jordan had a taste. His desire, his appetite was for winning the game. He said, if I have to do it by myself, I'll do whatever necessary to make sure we win. So he went into the game. He said, I'll do whatever. He said, even if you just use me as a decoy just to sit on the bench. But because he had a taste to win, this man went out and played. Sick as he was weak. Even in between the breaks and the timeouts, you could see him limped over. He had a towel over his head. He was sweating. He was tired. And that night he scored and he hit the winning shot at the end of the buzzer. And so he pushed himself past what he was feeling because he had an appetite and a taste to win. Here's the kicker, what was so amazing. After the game, the coach of the opposing team, they were playing the Utah Jazz. The coach of the Utah Jazz, they said, Coach, how did you go into the game thinking it would be with Michael Jordan being sick and not feeling well? And the coach looked up, he said he was sick. He said Michael Jordan wasn't feeling well. He had no idea that he was sick. That's just how hard Michael Jordan played. When you have a taste for something, when you have an appetite for something, nothing will stop you until you quench that taste. Just like some of you said, I have a taste for tacos. I have a taste for chocolate. Guess what? If you have a taste for chocolate, strawberry ain't going to do. If you have a taste for tacos, French fries ain't going to do. If you have a taste for seafood, hamburgers ain't going to do. If you have a taste for prosperity, poverty ain't going to do. If you have a taste to lead, following is not enough for you. If you have a taste to be the best, being second best ain't enough. If you have a taste to be great, being good is not going to quench your taste. Change your appetite. And you'll begin to see things change. You'll begin to produce more. You begin to have more energy, because when you're able to give yourself what you desire, you gain joy, you gain energy, you gain motivation to keep going. And so I challenge you all, if you're listening, begin to assess yourself. Begin to survey yourself and say, what have I been feeding myself naturally? What have I been feeding myself spiritually? What have I been feeding myself relationally? If you're surrounding yourself around friends and all they do is gossip, and all they do is talk about people, and all they do is point at people that's doing stuff good and they're not doing anything, but you sit there and you laugh, you're feeding yourself with toxicity that's only going to decrease your growth. Change your circle, change your taste. If you come home and all you do is just turn on hip hop of LA and hip hop or whatever, and they cussing and they fighting and they do cheat on their wives and cheat on their girlfriends, you're feeding yourself with that toxicity, and you're going to have a taste for it. And you wonder why you're responding certain ways. Change your appetite by feeding yourself with different things so you begin to have a taste for it. Before my husband and I bought our first home, we drove through gated communities. Never lived behind a gated community. Before we bought our first home, we drove into a different zip code. Before we bought our first home, we drove and looked at mansions, and we began to make appointments to walk in the houses. I wanted to see how they were decorated, want to see what the color scheme was. I began to develop a taste for what I wanted. And I did not settle until I was able to quench that taste. So I want to encourage you. Begin to analyze, what have you been eating? What have you been consuming? And what is the result of it? Now, how can you change it? How can you change what you eat to eat things a little bit differently so you can produce at a different level? If you change your appetite, you'll change what you desire. If you change what you desire, you'll change what you can produce. And I want to encourage you to remember and understand that. Change your appetite and watch and see what God begin to allow you to have a taste for something different. So that's my Monday motivation for you this week. Change your appetite, change your taste, and you'll see God do things differently for you and through you. And I would say this, even from a health capacity, if you know this is hitting you from a natural perspective, don't let this go by. Take a moment, look at what you're ingesting, look what you're consuming, change it. If this is hitting you from a spiritual capacity, pause and say, you know what? I need to put the Bible by my bed so I don't pick up my phone and go to Facebook before I pick up. See, listen, the more you do a thing, the more you desire it. If every day you pick up your phone, you go right to Facebook, you go right to Instagram, you go right to Snap, the more you do it, the more you desire it. But if you start saying, the first thing I'm going to pick up is my Bible, the first thing I'm going to pick up is my planner, the first thing I'm going to pick up is my journal, you begin to create an appetite for it. It doesn't take long. Do it for 7 days and you'll start craving it. Do it for 7 days and you'll start desiring it. Do it for 21 days and your whole palate will change. Try it. The Bible says, taste and see that the Lord is good. We have a great God, but some of us have not tapped into all of his greatness because we stopped at what we fed ourselves. Begin to feed yourself different things. Begin to taste and see how powerful our God is, and begin to see all the sides of him that he has to offer us. He has great things in store for you. Change your taste, change your appetite, and watch and see what God change your outcome. I love you guys. Tonight, we are doing Monday replay. So Pastor Dayo, the sermon that we posted on yesterday was Pastor Dayo's message. He preached one shot, or take your shot, take your shot. And so that was a message from a few months ago when we were in the building with members. And so we did a play on that on Sunday. I want to encourage you to stick around at 7:30. That message will replay right here on Acceleration Church Facebook and Acceleration Church YouTube. It's called Take Your Shot. It was a powerful message. Then this Sunday, we're going to video or tape live. As you all know, everything right now currently is still closed. We're planning our reopening and when that's going to take place. But now we can only have 20% capacity. So we only have the volunteers, the media, the praise team there with us as we minister and go live. And that's this Sunday, we'll go live. But today, I want to encourage you, watch the Sunday replay. Take your shot. Let it encourage you and begin to aim at what God has for you so that you can begin to have a different taste and have your appetite grow in a different way. God bless you, winners. Talk to you soon.